Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about a little bit. I actually just got back from a trip yesterday, and while I was at the airport I had quite a long delay, so I had some time to just be reading through my emails and different Instagram messages and different comments that I've had you guys leave me. A lot of the messages had a very similar tone, very similar kind of situations, and not to say that everyone's situation is the same, but I do feel like there are some good lessons and some tips that I've definitely learned that kind of go along with this that I thought I could share with you guys and that may be helpful or beneficial, or at least will let you know that you aren't alone in the way that you're feeling or the way that you have felt. And I feel like I've had a decent amount of experience with this as well, and my point of view on it has really changed, especially as I've gotten older, met more people, experienced more life, and all that kind of stuff. So kind of the general theme of a lot of questions that I get from girls are, about dating and relationships, and are about guys and people maybe not treating them well. It could be friendships or relationships, but just trying to, figure out why someone is acting a certain way. Like, oh, this guy said this and this and this to me, we went on a date and then this happened, or my boyfriend's acting this way, or whatever the case may be. It kind of varies from person to person, but it's all a very similar thought of, why is this happening? How can I fix it? What would you do in my scenario? What are the options that I have? And the biggest thing is, I think that people just need to realize is something that every girl has been given, in my opinion at least, is an intuition. And I think that I've learned more often than not, if you feel something is wrong, don't let other people trick you into thinking that you're being crazy or you're being over dramatic or you're over analyzing. I think the craziest thing is to actually realize how often you already know the answer in your head when you ask a question. And sometimes that can be kind of hard to swallow and hard to understand, because I think a lot of people, I've even seen a quote that said something similar to this. It said, we ask advice when we want a different answer than the answer we already know. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people, would come to me asking me for some help because deep down they know that what's going on is wrong. They know it's hurting them. They know it's not being respectful to them, but they're hoping that somehow, some way, there's some other explanation. Like there's some other reason that this person is being like this or behaving in that way, and they're just hoping they can get that answer from someone. And I totally get that. I have been there before. I'm sure every person has been there before. And the biggest realization that I've had is people will very clearly show you who they are, what their intentions are, and kind of what their motives are, but you have to be willing to view them for what they are. And you need to stop justifying people's actions and making excuses for them. And I think people do that. They hold on to these bad relationships or these bad friendships or, whatever the situation may be that's not really working, but they hold on to the idea of they want to fix it, they want to try to make it work, they want to get to the bottom of it, they want to message other people asking for advice. When the biggest thing is, I think, life is so short. It's like, why waste your time on people that, number one, don't value you, don't know how to treat you correctly, and don't want to? I mean, that's just the silliest thing ever to do, but I know when you're in that position, you feel like that's what you have to do. You feel like you're searching for these answers and this reasoning, when sometimes the reason can just be as simple as it's not the right situation for you. That's not the right person. And you should never feel like you have to make something work with someone because you're afraid of being alone, or you're afraid this is your only chance, or you'll never find someone like them again. Don't think like that. And I know every girl has thought of that, and I think when you do put that mindset into your head, you start to think that you have to be desperate in that way, and you have to somehow, make up excuses for them, or you have to somehow, find out a way to make it work or an answer to your problem. When I think the biggest thing is, if someone's not acting right, or you feel, uncomfortable in a situation, or you don't feel happy and fulfilled and safe and comfortable, just let it go. Life is not about always feeling those emotions. And I think, the biggest thing to do is just listen to yourself. Like deep down, you know what's going on. You know what's right and what's wrong. And if you're just wasting your time on someone that doesn't have good intentions for you, that's only going to hurt you. And I also get a lot of questions about girls, like how to deal with, a boyfriend cheating on them, or if they suspect a boyfriend's cheating. And I think I get these questions because I've talked in the past about going through that experience and that how, I found out and how I dealt with it and everything. And the way that I felt, 3 years ago about that scenario is so different than the way that I feel now. Back then, I was so angry and hurt, and I just couldn't believe how someone could do that. And now I view it so differently. I view it as, that only hurts the person that is betraying you, because for you to lie and deceive and hurt someone that would never do that to you, like, you're the one, like, that person is losing out. You don't lose out. You are getting a clear-cut sign that they are wrong for you and that you shouldn't be involved with them anymore. And, thinking like this, of course, if you do become lied to or cheated on or hurt further on, it's still going to hurt, but it's going to hurt a lot less than wasting your time on someone who doesn't deserve it, and wasting, your opportunities to meet other amazing people because you're so caught up on trying to fix a situation with someone that isn't working. I know I've done videos in the past that may be on like similar topics of dating and cheating and that kind of stuff, but this is honestly something that I would share with like my best friends, and I definitely feel that way about you guys, and I want you all to be happy, and more than that, I want you to feel like you have the ability to choose your path in life and to choose the happiness that you can have, because I really don't think that you should be putting this much energy and effort and emotion into things that aren't working. And while I do appreciate every single message that I get from you guys, I try to read all of them, but it's hard and it gets a little overwhelming at times because there are a lot, and a lot of you guys really take the time to write out in detail what's going on, and I appreciate that so much. But just know that, if you're looking for advice or something isn't working or not feeling correct, know that you are worth something that does feel right, and you are worth something that does work out easily and that does make you feel so happy and fulfilled and comfortable. And if something isn't happening, maybe try to look at it from a very just honest perspective and try to see, what it actually is, and try not to focus so much on fixing and changing it, and just realize, what's going on, and then from there you can move forward and you can be that much closer to something that is going to be great for you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely will see you guys next time with a fashion or a beauty video, and I hope you guys had a great night. Bye!